It's always been a struggle for us. I love summer, but with our homeschool, it has just never worked to take a traditional school year with a long summer break. I'm Rian, Christ-following wife and stay-at-home mom to 4 sweet boys. I'm growing and learning how to glorify Christ as a wife, mom, homemaker, and teacher, so come and grow and learn with me. I am Mama on Mission. So even though I love summer and would love to have 2 to 3 months off to just hang out, go to the pool, relax outside, do all the hiking and all the fun stuff, that just doesn't work as well with my kiddos. For us, what works better is a Sabbath school schedule, which is where during the school year, we take 6 weeks on and 1 week off. Of course, we have to alter that a little around the holidays. We take a full week off at Thanksgiving and we take 2 full weeks off at Christmas. And then after that, that leaves us with about 4 to 5 weeks that we can use during the summer to take a small summer break, but not the big, long, fat one that I would like to take. So what that looks like for this year is we will be finishing up our school year officially at the end of June. So our summer break will not start until July. However, as we finish off subjects, like our science we're already done with, a couple other things we're wrapping up with soon, those subjects do not get replaced with new ones. So we don't start a new science curriculum or anything like that. So our days do get a little bit shorter throughout the entire month. So by the end of the month, we won't have much school left each day. Now we will be finished at the end of June, but during the month of June, we are taking one little mini trip, kind of a 4-day getaway to go see my parents. So our summer will kind of still be going even though we're doing school, if that makes sense. So the plan is to homeschool lightly through the month of June, about 8 in the morning till 12 in the afternoon. Some people that's not so light, but for us that's light. So optimally, I would like them done by lunchtime. We could eat around 11:30, 12 so that we could head to the pool. Now that pool is a huge incentive for my kiddos to get up and get their school done starting at 8 in the morning. And then each day in the month of June, each week, we will only be doing a 4-day school week, which we've always done. But that's because we have co-op once a week, and just with appointments and other stuff like that, it's easier for us if we just have 4 longer days during the week instead of 5 shorter days. But the month of June, since we don't have a co-op, we're still only gonna be doing 4-day-a-week school because, like I said, of those appointments and stuff. But also I wanna be able to have some fun, right? And enjoy the nice weather and all of that. So those days we have some days at our church where they host summer fun days for the kids. We have different things for my son who's in youth group now. He'll have different activities, and we still play pickleball, usually once a week, sometimes not so much, but pickleball. Sometimes we go and hang out with my sisters and their kids. Sometimes we go on hikes or visit friends. We just want to have that flexibility to go and do something 1 day a week without it hindering our school. So that'll continue through the end of June. Now, when July hits, how am I going to handle summer? Since we have a shorter summer, how am I going to handle fitting in all the fun stuff while still prepping for the new year and not burning ourselves out? So for one, we do have a vacation coming up one of the weeks of July. And so that will be fun. We're going to take a break and go hiking, and we're going to rent a cabin and just relax. We're going to hike during the day, relax in the evening, and I am so excited. We're just going to play games and cook food and eat and hang out as a family without any distractions. But aside from our one vacation and going to pickleball and play dates and the pool, which we plan to go to the pool like 3 days a week, probably. I do have a bucket list going of things that my kids would like to do this summer. Now, this is not like big go on, these excursions and all this. These are just little things that we don't have time for during the school year. For example, my 5-year-old the other day said, "Mom, I saw one of those things where you take 2 soda bottles together and you make a tornado. I want to do that." Well, that's not typically something I would be able to take time out of my homeschool day for. But this summer, I want to get to some of those bucket list things where they're just like, we wanted to do this and we don't have time. So we're going to have 4 to 5 weeks off. So let's use that time to do those things. So this could be something like that, like a science experiment. It could be cooking something special. All of my kids like to help me in the kitchen. This could be some sort of craft that they wouldn't usually get to, especially in those older grades. Like, we don't craft as much as we used to. And so sometimes my older boys are like, we just want to make something. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be the time for that. So how am I going to fit that into my day-to-day schedule? We're going to have home days where, we might be going to the pool, but we're not going on a play date. We're not meeting up with my siblings. We're not doing any of that. It's a home day. Okay. Even if we go to the pool later, but on the home days when there's no school, here's what I expect them to do. So here's the chart that will be put up and they will check them off as they go. And they have to have this entire chart filled out before they ask for any screen time, which I'll touch on the screen time here in a minute. But here's the things that I expect them to do each day. They have to do their daily chores, which I have a chart that we use for our chores. If you would like to see that, I could do a video on that also. But they have to do whatever their daily chore is for the day. They have to just do a pickup. Like, I don't want screens turned on when they're standing in a mountain of toys or a mountain of laundry. They have to read for at least 30 minutes. And this reading can be normal silent reading or a read aloud or even reading with a sibling. They have to be outside for at least an hour. Now that could be playing in the sprinkler, that could be riding bikes, that could just be outside playing toys, whatever they want to do, but they need to be outside in the sun. Now that also could be, if it's a pool day, that could be us going to the pool and that could be their outside time. They also have to create or imagine something. So for this, I mean, like they have to turn on Art for Kids Hub. They have to and draw something. They have to create something with Legos. They can play, my middle boy is still like, superheroes and Transformers and stuff like that. They can play something like that. I just want them to use their imagination. I want them to create or just play together. And then last but not least, one of my friends suggested this to me. They have to come and ask me if I need them to do anything. This sounds kind of strange, but sometimes there's just those odds and ends things that just need to get done, and it may not be on their daily chore list, but they could just really help me out if they, did that little extra thing, whatever it may be. So then they will get screen time. Now, after doing all of that, they will not have hours and hours left in their day, right? Especially if your kids are like mine, where they drag their feet, if you know what I'm talking about, on any sort of project or any sort of chore. It's just like moving like molasses. But they're not going to have a ton of time left over after that. So after that, they get unlimited screen time. Now we will turn it off for dinner, and then after dinner is typically family worship time and all that. So like, we're not talking, like I said, hours and hours. It's unlimited, but it's really not. But there's no like 30 minutes only or whatever. It's typically going to be longer than what they would get during the school year, which is like an hour max, and it's not video games. This summer, we're going to try to let there be video games, or at least maybe alternate between video games and watching a show. Video games for my kids, they love them, but two of my kids especially, it puts them in a bad mood. So we probably won't play them every day. At home, we only play them on the weekends during the school year. And so for the summer, we will probably alternate, like I said, between movie days and video game days, because I just don't want all that attitude and everything like that. So while they are doing their screen time, what this does is gives me a chunk of time that should land around the baby's nap time, where I can work on YouTube stuff. I can plan for next year, start getting all my curriculum. I do the file folder system, so I'm gonna have some days where I put all their loose leaf papers into the file folders. I'm gonna work on some cleaning and organizing projects this summer. So that'll give me like a work chunk during the day. I'm doing an Ephesians Bible study with some friends this summer, so I'm gonna need some time to work on that. So this will give me time to just work on stuff that I need to do that during the school year I'm not able to do. So then for us, school will start probably either August 7th or August 14th, just depending how quickly I can get everything planned for next year. Because of our vacation, I'm like figuring out how I'm gonna like get everything done. But we'll start one of those 2 Mondays. And if you'd like, over the summer, I could make a video for you on how I plan out our school year. I did one last year, and several people enjoyed that. So let me know down below if you'd like to see that. So my hope is that all of this will give us still that feeling of having had a summer. I do think my boys, one of the other weeks in July, might be going to my parents' house, at least for a few days by themselves. So that'll take away some of our time, but also give me more time to work and plan too. So, but hopefully we feel like we've had a summer so that we can keep up that year-round Sabbath school schedule. Because as much as I'd rather have a summer break, that 1 week off every 6 to 7 weeks really does help me. Helps me kind of like refresh my brain and get some tasks done. And it just helps them not to dread school every single day, to know that that break is coming. So let me know down below, are you taking a summer break? And when you do have, time off in the summer, do you take it easy and just kind of let whatever happen? Or are you more rigid and more routined and have certain things the kiddos have to do? And what does a summer day look like for you? I thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.